A pleasant day and a warm welcome from Pebbles channel. Today I am here to teach about English, that is for the starters, that is for the KG classes and for the first standard, like you can see on the board. So we will start our class with the strokes. So to make it very easier for the children to write, we will start with the strokes. So when we start with the strokes, and so what is easy for the children is, when we start with the strokes, it will be easy for them to use the strokes and form your letters, that is your each alphabets. So first we will start with your strokes now. So your strokes are these are the strokes. Now your first stroke, that is your first stroke, is your standing line. Your first stroke is standing line. Your standing line is your first stroke, and now we will learn how to do your standing line. It's from up, you come down. Okay children, this is called standing line. Once again, from up is just a straight line down and your standing line. I will repeat it once more. From top to the bottom, that is from up, you will draw a line down. It is called standing line. Yes, it is straight, isn't it children? So it is called a standing line. Okay, now after the standing line, your next stroke is sleeping line. Your next stroke is sleeping line. Now sleeping line. Now I will show you how to write the sleeping line. Now this is your sleeping line. Okay, what is this? Yes, sleeping line. Once again, this is sleeping line. Your first one is standing line, that is you come from top, you will draw a line down, that is called standing line. Your second stroke is sleeping line, and this is, you draw it in your sleeping wave. Okay, so how the first standing line, now you keep your hand, yes, this is standing, isn't it? It is straight. Yes, this is straight, so this is called a standing line. Okay, now next is sleeping line. How do you sleep children? Yes, you sleep like this, right? So this is called a sleeping line. Okay, once again, this is called a standing line. All right, and now this is called a sleeping line. Now you finished your standing line and your sleeping line. Now next you have your slanting line. Next is your slanting line. Slanting line. So can we see how you should write your slanting line? Yes. How we are going to write your slanting line? Yes, you will start like this. Is your line on a slant? Yes, this is called slanting line. Okay, so now we are going to do your slanting line. So see children, your slanting line, the line will not be straight, it will be on a slant. Okay, so once again I will show you. This is your slanting line. Once more, slanting line. Okay, so we have two slanting lines. Okay children, so first again I will tell you standing line, your line will be straight. Now next one, sleeping line, it will be in your sleeping position. Next one, slanting line, your lines are on a slant. Okay, now again next we have one more slanting line. Now this is, we have written it from this side, isn't it? Now your next slanting line is from your right down to your left. Once again, you have two slanting lines from your right to your left and from your left to your right. These are your slanting lines. Now, standing line, sleeping line and your slanting line. Okay. Now, after your slanting line, next we will go to your zigzag lines. Can we see how you should write your zigzag lines? Yes. Your next is zigzag lines. Okay, now your zigzag lines, it goes from down, up, down, again up, down, up and down. Okay, can you see? It is in a zigzag way. Once again I will show you. You start from down, go up, down, up, down, up and down. So this is zigzag lines. Okay, so are you clear now, children? Standing line, your sleeping line, your two different types of slanting lines and your zigzag lines. Now after the zigzag lines, next what do you have? Yes, you have your curve. Okay, next you will learn your curve. This is one type of curve. You can write it like this. That is inward curve. What is this called? Inward curve. Once again, this is a curve. Now once again, a curve. Okay, this is one type of curve. You have one more type of curve. Can I show you the other curve? Yes, you curve it this side. A curve, again a curve and one more curve. Alright, so this is zigzag lines and your curve. Okay, now next what you're going to learn is, once again I'll tell you, this is your standing line, your sleeping line. Alright, now this is your slanting line. Slanting line, you have two slanting lines. One is from your left to the right and the right to the left. Now next you have your zigzag lines. Okay, now you have curves. You can, one curve is outer curve, then you have a inner curve. Okay, now next you have up and down curve. Okay, it's up and down curve. Now how do we do your up and down curve? Yes, now this is your up curve. What is this, children? Yes, up curve. Once again I will show you. Up curve. Your up curve. Okay, now next we will go to down curve. Down curve. Down curve. Okay, so here you have learned some strokes. It's now your strokes, and your strokes are your standing line. As I said, it will be in a straight position. Okay, you can use your hand and you can do it. You can show it as a standing line. Yes, your hand is straight. Yes, good. Now next is your sleeping line. So what position do you sleep, children? Yeah, you sleep like this, right? So this is called a sleeping line. Now next you have slanting line. Now this was a straight line. Now you slant it. It is on a slant. This is called slanting line. This is called slanting line. This is one slanting position and your other slanting position is from like this. Okay, so you have two different slanting lines. Now this is zigzag. That is up and down, up and down. This is called zigzag lines. Now you have curves also here. Okay, your inner curve, your outer curve. Next you have up and down curves. Yes, you can draw your curve upward and here you have your curves downward. So these are the few strokes, okay, the few basic strokes that you need to learn. Now these strokes, shall we write it on the 4 line and practice, children? Shall we write it on the 4 line? Yes, I will teach you to write these strokes on your 4 line. Okay, now first I will teach you the 4 lines. This is your first line. Okay, this is your first line, your second line, your third line and your fourth line. This is called 4 lines. Once again, ma'am, I will repeat. First line, second line, third line and fourth line. Okay. So now, shall we see how to write standing line on the 4 line? Shall we learn to write the standing line on the 4 lines? Yes. Now, you should see where you are supposed to begin your standing line. Okay. Now, you will start it on your first line and come down. It's your standing line. You started from your first line and you come down is your standing line. Once again, from your first line to your third line. This is called standing line. Once again, from the first line down to the third line, standing line. First line to the third line, you have your standing line. So this is how you need to write it on your 4 lines. Alright. First line down is your standing line. Alright. Once again, from your first line straight down is your standing line. Okay. So your first one standing line. Now you learned how to write it on the 4 lines. Okay. Now next you have your sleeping line. What you have here? Yes, you have your sleeping line. Now shall we see how to write your sleeping line? Yes. Now in your 4 lines, in the middle, you should write it like this. It is a sleeping line. What is this? Sleeping line. I'll repeat it once more. A straight. Yes. This is called sleeping line. Sleeping line. Once more. Yes. You should not touch any lines. Okay. In between the second line and the third line, you should draw your sleeping line. Now children, can you see what is the next one here? Yes, what are the next lines here? Stroke. Yes, you have your slanting line. So first we will see how to write this slanting line. Okay. Now in the same way, you will start from your first line and you will give it a slant. You will slant it and draw your line to your third line. What is this? Yes, slanting line. Once again, from the first line, you will draw a slanting line to your third line. Once more, first line to your third line. Okay, this is one slanting line. Now next you have the slanting line in this position. So shall we do it from here? Yes. Now you will slant it this side. Same. First line to your third line. Okay. Again, first line to your third line, slanting line. First to your third line. This is called slanting line. So your first is standing line, sleeping line and your slanting line. Alright. Next you have your zigzag lines. Okay, you have your zigzag lines. Now zigzag lines, you should write it in between your second line and your third line. Alright. Now you will start it from your third line, go up, down, up, down, up and down. This is zigzag. Yes, you know what is zigzag? Yes, up and down. Yes, you will draw it, right? That's called zigzag. So once more, up, down, up, down, up and down. Your zigzag lines. I will show it to you once more, children. Down, up, and down. So this is your zigzag lines. What is your next line, children? Yes, you have your curves, isn't it? You have two types of curves. Now, your curves also, what are you supposed to do? Yes, your curves also you should write it between the second and the third line. Alright. Now, how do you write your curve? Yes, into these two lines neatly. Curve. Alright. Again, curve. Again, curve. Okay. Now, you have another curve over here. The same way you will turn your position, you will start it, yes, from your right down. Curve. Again a curve. And again a curve. Alright. Now, last you have up and down curve. Okay. Now, this is your up curve. Your stroke which is upward. Okay. You need to write it into two lines. Again your stroke, your two lines which is up. Your up curve. Again a up curve. Next one, you have your down curve. Again into the second and third line. Down curve. Down curve. Down curve. And down curve. Okay, so can we once again go to this, children? Okay, now your standing line, start from your first line and come down to your third line, that is your standing line. Your sleeping line should be drawn between the second and the third line, that is called sleeping line. Now your slanting line. Slanting lines again from your third line to your, your first line to your third line. Okay. Again a first line to your third line. That is your two types of slanting lines. Now next is zigzag. Zigzag, you start from the third line, go up, again down and up. Yes. This is your curves. Your curves, you need to write it into the two lines, that is into your second and third line. You are not supposed to touch the first and fourth line. You need to write it into the second and third line, your curves. Now, the same way your up curve in your second and third line. Okay, can you see, children? Yes, your second and your third line is your curve, up curve. Same way the down curve from your third line, you will start from down, go up and then come down. Once again, you will start from third line, go up again and come down. So these are the few strokes, okay, the main strokes that you need to learn, children. Okay, so after we learn the strokes, what we can do? Yes, we can start learning your alphabets.